Good morning. My name is Lawrence Wine, captain with the Sacramento Fire Department. I am very happy to show you guys a brand new way of touring fire stations this morning. We have a 360 camera, and for those of you at home watching on your smartphone, all you got to do is move your smartphone around and it'll reverse the image. If you guys are at home, just click the picture or the image and spin it around. Go and give it a try. Look behind you, look up, look down, look all the way around. All right, come on back to me. We're gonna go inside, we're gonna meet some of the firefighters, and we're gonna start this tour. Kirsten, good morning.
Morning.
How are you?
I'm good, Cap. How are you?
Good. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Yeah, so I'm Kirsten Goodrich. I'm a firefighter here at Station 4. I've been at Station 4 for almost 3 years now, assigned to both the engine and the medic.
Okay.
And I've been with Sacramento Fire Department for almost 5 years.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So today, Kirsten's going to take us on our virtual tour. As I said earlier, as we're walking through all the rooms, you don't have to just look at us. You can look all the way around and see what Station 4 is all about. From what I understand, Station 4 is the oldest firehouse for City of Sacramento.
Yeah, it's actually the oldest firehouse in the city of Sacramento, and it's the oldest still functioning firehouse in the state of California.
That's awesome. Okay, so we're gonna go inside and we'll give you guys the tour. All right, Kirsten, tell me, where are we right now?
So right now we're in the Station 4 Apparatus Bay. This is where the engine and the medic back into when we return from calls. This is where we stage in quarters. This is basically where anything happens at the station.
Wow, this is really, really neat. Like, you can see the old wooden ladder up there.
Yeah.
So walk me around this area right here.
Yeah, sure. So basically this is an old building built in 1933. Bunch of just old brick building. We actually used to have a truck in here up until like the mid 1970s. So both an engine and a truck were parked in here, and now we just have a medic that comes in. Over here, back in that corner, we have like our EMS equipment for where we run calls. We can restock all of our goodies. And back over here, we just kind of have like a bunch of where we restock our hose, our oxygen, our cleaning supplies. This is our hose dryer, so anytime we go on fires, we dry our hose. And
Tell me what's this over here?
yeah, sure. So this is actually where they used to, when the calls used to come out back in the olden days, this is where the bell would ring and we would pick up a piece of paper out of the typewriter and hop into the engine and go from there.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
And this is where you hang
This is
all
where
your...
a lot of our equipment's staged. Back here is more of an open area because when the engine backs in, you'll see there's not very much room on this side here.
Got it. And what's that chalkboard all about?
Yeah, so this chalkboard is whenever an engineer has something to do with the engine, they basically just come and write up what's kind of any updates that happens on the engine, anything that's changed, anything that's missing. So it's kind of just so much happens in 48 hours that it's just kind of our way of remembering what's going on.
Awesome. All right, let's go check out the gym. All right, Kirsten, where are we now? We're just on the other side of this apparatus bay,
Yeah,
right?
so we're just on the back half of the Apparatus Bay. This is where we do all of our working out. A lot of times we work out as a crew. We'll kind of pre-program something in the morning, decide what we want to work on. We typically work out between like 4 and 5:30 in the afternoon. So we kind of, a little settling time, run some more calls, try to get a workout in before dinner. And really we have quite an extensive gym here that we've been working on over the years that I've been here. Just trying to make it a little bit better so we can have a little bit more fun.
So in terms of the crew, tell me how many people work here at Station 4?
There's 6 people here, so there's 2 people always on the medic and there's 4 people always on the engine.
Okay, and you guys, you said you work out as a crew. You guys, somebody just figures out a workout?
Yeah, so someone kind of programs a workout in the morning. It's typically one, like a firefighter or an engineer will program it. We also have the tower over out back that will go and run stairs. Yeah, for the most part, we'll just do some circuit training and have some fun.
Awesome. And this is just more room for more turnouts back there?
Yeah, so this is just kind of our staged area for all of our gear.
How neat. And the big wooden ladder, if you guys want to look up, big wooden ladder up top.
Huge wooden ladder. We have a couple of names hanging from here from old captains and engineers that used to work here. Yeah, it gets pretty hot here in the summer when you work out. So actually in the summer we try to get our workouts done in the morning.
Awesome. All right, so we're definitely taking advantage of the 360 camera. In front of you, you have Kirsten. Behind is me. If you guys want to look around, this is a very, very narrow hallway with a lot of old pictures, and Kirsten's going to tell us a little bit about the history of Station 4.
Yeah, so actually the history of Sacramento Fire Department, it became a fire department in 1850, first paid fire department west of the Mississippi in 1872, and Station 4 actually became a historic landmark in 2005, originated in 1933. Since then, we've gone from an engine and truck, like I told you in the App Bay, and now it's an engine and a medic. You can see here in this picture. We used to have actually a really cool movie theater that was pretty historic, right behind the station. That's no longer there. But as you can see here, I talked about kind of the King's Row. So basically, it's one of the oldest unreinforced buildings, unreinforced masonry, where the King's Row happens every 5 to 7 rows. You'll have the brick laying forward, so that's basically an added strength to this building. Super cool how we have just a bunch of old pictures, all from Station 4 and the downtown fire department.
Awesome, and over here you have a picture of all the crews that are signed out here?
Yeah, over there, so the
That's
top
cool.
You'll see the A shift, bottom is C shift, and then right in the middle is the B shift, which is what we're on right now.
There you are right there. Awesome. All right, let's take a look at the next room. All right, everyone, I have Captain Steve Mayer here who's going to show us a little bit about what it's like being a captain and what happens in the captain's office.
Good morning, everyone. Captain Steve Mayer. Today we'll discuss what happens in the captain's office. First things first, when I come in the morning, just like most captains, we like to go to our computers. There's a few things that we look at so we can coordinate what's going to happen in our shift. Sometimes the shift can be 24 hours. Usually a normal shift for us is 48 hours at a time. So there's a lot of stuff that usually happens within those 2 days. So I'll come in the morning. We have a consolidated calendar. So I'll look for anything that Engine 4 has on it. That could be anything from a public education event, a multi-company drill that we could do.
An event like this.
Exactly, an event like this. So when we came in today, this was on our calendar. So we checked it. We let the crew know that we will be having the virtual reality and Captain Wayne come in with us today. And it just gives us an idea of what to expect. So we come in, we look at that calendar on the computer. On top of that, we also look at our scheduling. We look at who's our paramedics that are coming in on the ambulance, who's the firefighters, who's the engineer that's driving the fire engine. Along with that, we also look at our emails, which give us some policy information, some information that might affect us. For example, yesterday morning we came in, which was a Sunday morning, we had the CIM. So that affected us operationally on how we respond to calls.
And that's the marathon, right?
Correct, yeah. So we had that marathon yesterday. So that's a big deal for us. So it's important for us to get across Alhambra Boulevard for an emergency, and us knowing in our emails, our department and our chiefs and our administration send down a bunch of information to us. So we're informed on if we have to have an emergency response on the other side of the marathon. There's certain ways that we can go through. So
awesome.
A lot of what we might think is simple, but it's pretty critical when the bell hits. Mm-hmm. So that's pretty much it. We get our stuff set up in the morning, and then we usually meet our crews when they come in. We touch bases with our crews, make sure that they, have all their needs met. They're ready to meet the day and get to work, and then from there it just kind of flows.
Awesome. So you got a computer, that's where you kind of do all of your work?
Correct,
your reports and whatnot?
Yeah, so we have our typical computer that most people would have in their office. You'll see here we have 2 different phones. We have what's called a Centrex phone, which is the company officer phone, and then next to it you'll see a red phone. We call that the big phone. So the big phone, if you notice, has no numbers or dials on it, and that's a direct line to our fire dispatch. So if our fire dispatch needs to get a hold of us immediately, they can just ring that phone. It has a different tone to it. That's in every fire station in the city. So we know if the big phone rings, it's a direct call from dispatch.
Awesome.
We pick it up and there's going to be someone on the other end. Vice versa, if we pick up that phone right now, someone from fire dispatch will answer that in just a few seconds.
Got it. Awesome. Well, thank you so much for showing me your office. I appreciate it.
Outstanding, Captain.
Thanks.
Take care.
All right, Kirsten, tell me about this room. This room looks fun.
Yeah, so this is kind of our little activity room where we do team building once kind of all of the calls are done and the station's kind of been cleaned up a little bit. Once we kind of finish with dinner, we try to just come in here and play a little ping pong, take the stress off, and go after it. This is kind of where the history of Station 4 really comes in, where they used to play ping pong in the Apparatus Bay.
Really?
Yeah, and so we kind of tried to just reenact history and bring a ping pong table into here.
Do you guys do tournaments? Big
We
tournaments?
do big tournaments.
Who's the best ping pong player here?
I'm going to have to say my captain.
Oh, nice,
Yes.
nice. So tell me more a little bit about this room. I see lockers behind us.
Yeah, so right behind us we have our storage area for anybody that's assigned to Station 4.
Okay.
So there's 18 of us total on all 3 shifts. So each person gets a locker where you can store stuff when you're here, and then when you go home you can put even more of your stuff in there, so you don't have to take it home with you.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks really, really cool. I like it. I like this ping pong table, and let's go check out that room. That room looks like a lot of fun. Oh, Kirsten, this looks like a very relaxing room.
Yes.
The idea of the recliners and firehouses go back before I can remember being a firefighter.
Yeah.
So tell me about this room.
Yeah, so this is kind of where we come, just as you said, kind of to relax. So anytime in the middle of the night, if we have like a staging call and we can't go back into the bed, we come out here and we carry a radio with us. And it's a way to stay comfortable while still responding to those calls. Also, we come in here kind of just to get a break. You know, after lunch, we kind of take a relaxing moment before we start doing work again. And at night, we'll kind of watch a movie together as a crew. And
Nice. Who picks the movie?
anyone, really. It's fair game.
Whoever has the remote control, right?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, you're in the engineer seat right now, so he's full throttle.
Oh, I see. So tell me more about the staging call that you mentioned. What's a staging call?
Yeah, so anything that involves potentially like a dangerous scene.
Okay.
So like if a cop is responding to it,
Okay.
basically we won't go on scene until the cop clears the scene.
Oh, got it. Okay.
But you have to still be monitoring the radios.
Got it. Awesome.
Yeah.
It looks like the crew's coming back from a call or shopping or whatnot.
Yeah, sure.
So let's go catch up with them, see what they're
Right
doing.
on.
All right, Kirsten, I know where we are. We're in the kitchen.
The most important room.
It is. Tell me about the kitchen.
Yeah, so this here kitchen is pretty small for
Okay.
a firehouse. It gets pretty compact when we're cooking, but this is where the magic happens. This is where we roll for anything that we're gonna cook, who's gonna cook, where we're gonna get coffee, who's gonna get coffee. We kind of roll for everything here at Station 4.
So rolling is kind of a game that you guys play.
Yes,
To
yeah.
see. Oh, so like you said, you guys roll to see who actually takes on the duties of cook for the day.
Exactly, yeah. So we play 3 games. You do a process of elimination
Okay.
of the 4 of us. So the medic never cooks, the 2
Okay.
people on the medic.
Okay.
So it's between the 4 people on the engine.
Okay.
And you do a process of elimination until there's 2 people left, and then we play 3 games, and the loser of that is the one who cooks.
Awesome. And I see you all have 3 fridges here,
Mhm.
one for each shift, ideally.
One for each shift, but with this being kind of a smaller, older station, a lot of stations have a house fridge.
Okay.
But we kind of just combine everything, so any fridge is good to go.
Got it. I see a dishwasher there, all the
Mhm.
cabinets in the back.
Yeah.
And this back here is where the magic happens. We have
Yeah.
a big old industrial stove and a stainless steel kitchen sink. And how do you guys figure out who cleans? Do you guys all help
We
each
roll
other?
dice for that one too.
Oh, so
Yeah.
it's all
Yeah.
a-
So
it's all a
we
game.
do everything on dice.
I love it. I love it. Okay, cool. Well, in a little bit, we're going to get some footage of them playing the dice roll and of them cooking. So stay tuned. Kirsten, tell me where we are now.
So right now we're actually in the dorm, which is where we all sleep at night. This is actually one of the last stations that doesn't have dividers.
Okay.
So we all sleep in one, basically just conjoined dorm.
So does everybody, I see there's 6 beds here.
Yep.
Does everybody have their assigned bed?
Everybody has their assigned bed. So that's the captain's bed, the engineers in the back corner, the 2 firefighters on the engine, and then the 2 firefighters on the medic.
Nice.
Yeah.
And a lot of tradition revolves around assignments, right? So like every shift has their specific bed. It's not like you just walk in and take a bed, right?
Right.
Okay.
Yeah. So you know exactly where you're going to be each shift.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you guys got a fan blowing. Is that kind of the white noise to cancel out all the snoring? I can see how it can get pretty loud in here.
Yep, it gets a little stuffy.
Awesome. So how is it getting up in the middle of the night, going on calls? I mean, we're pretty busy, so.
Yeah, so this station's pretty busy. In the middle of the night, whenever we get a call, all of the lights in here turn on,
Okay.
As well as that light over there, and that tones out either blue or green, depending if it's going to be the engine or the medic.
Oh, okay. So it's a color code.
Yep, color code. Yeah,
Awesome.
and the lights stay on for about 1 to 2 minutes.
Okay. And you don't get to just say no, huh? And just like
Nope.
roll over. You have to.
You better
go on
get
call.
out there, yeah.
Awesome. Well,
Yeah.
thank you very much for showing me this room.
Not a problem.
Medic response. Medical aid. District 6.
Engine 6, 94, check main, 3820 Broadway, Unit 105, Oak Harbor Apartments, Engine 6, 94, Operation Bravo 3.
Kirsten, we are in a room that no other fire station has here in the city of Sacramento. Where are we?
Yeah, sure. So we're in the basement here of Station 4, which by the looking at the outside of the station, you would have no idea this was underground. But this is kind of where a lot of things used to happen at the station. This is where we still do a lot of training. So we'll do kind of firefighter down scenarios where somebody will be in the basement and we have to drag them up these stairs, which is not an easy task. There's a pool table which doesn't get used, but it was part of the history of the station, so we kept it here, and we kind of just use it for a lot of storage and necessary training.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Is this where you stick the firefighters that are in timeout and they come sit
Oh yeah,
in here
for sure.
for a little bit?
Yeah, it's not a place you want to hang out.
Awesome. Very quiet and very dark, I imagine.
Yes.
Cool. Thanks for showing us.
Yeah.
Thank you all for joining us today. We hope you all liked it. Leave a comment to see what station we should do next, and we'll see you out there. Stay safe, and we'll see you next time.